It's Rachel with Hilo, and today she and I are going to be working on down. Now, we did this with Hana, but I really want to work on it myself with Hilo because she seems to be a bit more distracted, which is why we worked on the focus, but also she doesn't sit as readily as Hana does. She requires a little bit more time and encouragement, so I just want to see if she will present any hassles with the down. So that's why I would like to introduce it to her. All right, so I'm going to bring her over here and we're going to start from a sit, and I'm going to do the same methods that I did with Hana. I've tried to bait her with the treat and just guide her with the leash or with my hand on her withers. So sit, Hilo. Good, sit. All right, Hilo, down, 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 down. Good girl. Hilo, down, down. Okay, so she's having some trouble focusing. She's just going straight for the treat. Now what I'm going to do is grab her leash that she's used to. Since this one retracts a lot better, I think hopefully that will help, and it might be a feeling she's more used to. So when I was baiting her with the treat, she was getting her head right down there and kind of bending her knees a little bit, but she wasn't coming forward at all. Any forward motion that she did was just standing up, which we want to avoid. So let me take this regular leash off of her. And we'll work with this one. Sit. Good, sit. All right, so I have the treat and the leash in the same hand so that I can pull them down and out at once. Hilo, down. Hilo. Good girl, down. 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 All right, since that's not working too well, she's not really going for the treat anymore. She's just kind of looking at me saying, what? So she's not super motivated by this treat, so let me try doing another option with her. Sometimes this doesn't work with bigger dogs. We're just going to try. I'm going to tell her down, and I'm going to take my fingers and lift up her paws and pull them down and out. So Hilo, down. Good down. Good down, Hilo. Good job. Good girl. All right, she responded really well to that. So I want to do that a couple more times and then see if she will do the down with the other method once she just kind of sees what I mean and what I'm asking of her. Hilo, sit. Sit. Good, sit. Good girl. Hilo, down. Down. Good down. Good down, Hilo girl. All right, that was really good. So I got her legs most of the way down, and then I let go of them and just baited her the rest of the way with the treat while gently pushing on her withers, which got her all the way down. So she finished it off for me. I just had to start it, and she did a really good job. Hilo, down. Oh, no, down. No, 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 no. Down. 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 Good down. Good down, Hilo. Good girl. All right, so you can see that she can really bend and get really close down there, but doesn't, her feet get really far back, so she's kind of like this, and of course that's not comfortable to get her down. So by pulling her legs out and getting it started for her really helps her, and then I let her go the rest of the way, and she does it. Now there's one more method that I want to try, see if she also responds to it. So this is where I have her sit. Hilo, sit. Sit. Sit, Hilo. Good, sit. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my foot hovering over her leash. Come here. Sit. Sit. leash up high, right behind her ears. That's where you have the most control of her head. And I'm going to bait her down, and I'm going to put my foot on the leash to add the pressure to pull her down. So, Hilo, down, 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 down. Okay, so she doesn't like that. She doesn't like being forced to do that, so it looks like coaxing her is going to be the best way. So I'm going to practice some more with her pulling her paws down to see if we can get her to do more and more of the action. So come in. Hilo, sit. Sit. Good, sit. Good girl. All right, Hilo, down. Down. Good, down. Good, down. Now there, I just had to pull her paws out a little bit, and she did it. Good job. All right, Hilo, down. 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 Good girl. Down. Hilo, down. Okay, so she doesn't like to be forced into anything. She's almost getting down on her own. It's just a matter of bringing her feet a little bit forward. And if I push on her like this, or if I pull too much with the leash, she just stops. So, and she likes these treats, but she's not super excited about them. So she doesn't like them enough to really continue to go after them. So I would suggest if you have a treat at home that she really enjoys, maybe a certain brand or even something like cheese. Most dogs I know absolutely love cheese. You can try that to see if there's a treat that's better for her. Because she's very smart, but she is stubborn and she doesn't want to feel forced into doing anything. So, sit, down, no, down, down. Good, down. Good girl. Good girl. All right, now there she's fine with the pressure on her withers as long as she's already started, so she doesn't have too much to go. So getting her from a full sit like this into a down by pushing on her withers and kind of pulling her out doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere, at least. It might be different for you at home because she'll be more comfortable at home and a lot more relaxed. Hilo, sit. And, being in a familiar place, good girl, often helps. So you might still be able to get her to down by kind of pulling on the leash and pressing on her withers. But for now, it seems like helping her along by pulling her feet out is the best way to go. Hilo, down. Good girl, down. Down. Good, down. Good, down, Hilo. Good girl. Yay. All right, so I kind of use the floor to my advantage here. She slides on the floor. We were on this mat earlier, which she doesn't slide on as much. And so I kept on saying down until she gradually just slid down on her own, or slid down on her own, and rewarded her there. So that was good because even though she didn't quite do it all of herself, I wasn't doing it for her. Now for dogs, we say a lot that you don't want to do the action for them. So like with off, you don't want to push them off or take their feet off and set them down and say off because you want them to do the action themselves. But with her, kind of seeing the challenges that I've come across, we do need to help her out a little bit. And with the sliding, that was, not exactly her making a conscious effort to do it, but it was done without me doing it for her, so that's good. So pulling her feet out is just kind of an intermediate step before we get her to do it completely on our own. So don't get too focused on always doing that for her. Try to challenge her, but she's just now learning it, so we don't want to ask too much of her at once. Also with her, I would suggest rewarding her in the act. So if you're at home, just having a mellow day, and she's laying down, you don't want her to be completely flat out asleep, but just laying down, relaxing. Discreetly get a treat, go up to her, give her the treat, and tell her good down, so that she hears the word and she can kind of associate that with the action of laying down. That might help a lot, and that's again what we call rewarding in the action. So I want to get her to do one more down, and then we'll call it good for today. Hilo, sit. Sit. Good, sit. Hilo, down. 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 Good down. Good girl. Good down. Oh, good down. Good job. All right, so when she has her hips straight underneath her like she did there, doesn't look like she slides as easily into the down. It's when she sits off to the side kind of like this that makes it easier for her to slide down. So you don't want to always depend on that, but in this case, if she naturally does that, it definitely helps. So this was Rachel and Hilo. We were working on down.